Welcome to Pinkerton and Beyond. We are very excited to bring you this program, a first of its kind for the Academy, in which we will explore what's happening inside of Pinkerton and, of course, beyond the campus borders. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's been an interesting year indeed, and there's a lot to cover here at Pinkerton and Beyond. We will begin today by taking a deep look into the life of remote students with Isaac Plant and Zachary Tangway.
Good morning. I'm Zachary Tangway. I'm a remote student who is also playing tennis at Pinkerton.
And I am Isaac Plant, an in-person student at Pinkerton Academy. So I have some questions for you today about your experiences with remote learning, and we can compare them to the experiences that I have had with in-person learning. So the first one is, has remote learning impacted the social aspect of your life?
Definitely. Remote learning has created a rift between my friends and I because a lot of them went into quarantine when the virus happened because they had people in their lives that were high risk. And before that, we used to get together like every Saturday and just hang out and have fun, play board games, eat food. And because of the virus and because of remote learning, that stopped. So I wasn't able to see my friends as much. And because I wasn't able to go to school, I wasn't able to see some of my friends in school and also a lot of my classmates too that I was just friendly towards, that I like to hang out with. Because I know I have at least two people in my math class right now that would have been we would have been together if remote learning was not a thing. And I have one person, one of the people that actually quarantined, who is in my English class that I can't see in English because of that.
So building off that, as you can see, I am in person, I am in a classroom, and as we can tell, you have chosen to stay remote. So my question is, why? Why have you chosen to stay remote now that we are now allowed to return to in-person learning?
I chose to stay remote before I started my spring sport. And I did that for a couple of reasons, but the main reason was the fact that I just had more sleep and had more time at home. I had a lot more time to do the work that was given to us. I had a lot more time to sleep in, make sure I was rested. Some other factors that came up were travel time and gas, because it takes me like around half an hour to get to school every day. And so from there back, that's an hour wasted on driving every day that wouldn't be wasted on remote learning. And during that driving time, I also have to pay for gas, which drains my tank frequently. So the cost of gas would be a big issue too, especially since the price has gone up so much.
The positives, the negatives, the social aspect, the impact of extracurricular activities. There's a lot to cover, a lot that we've missed out on. Some benefits, but more drawbacks than that.
It's definitely been an interesting year.
An interesting year indeed. Pinkerton is also in the midst of an exciting sports season. Riley Bergstrom brings us a first-hand look from the sidelines.
Spring sports are underway here at Pinkerton. This week, all the spring teams will have their first game of the season. Last Saturday, the boys lacrosse team had an inter-squad scrimmage. I just had to stop by and see what the team was looking like.
Here we go. Let's go.
of April 19th, the Boys Lacrosse team is 3-0 and looks good this year. This has been Riley Bergstrom with Pinkerton and Beyond Sports.
Thanks, Riley. While the pandemic is slowly moving into the rearview mirror, the enjoyment of movies will not. This week, Hannah Keenan and I take a look at which movies we recommend on the two popular streaming services, as well as a movie currently in theaters. This week on Pinkerton Picks, we're going to take a look at what's on the popular streaming services.
Right now, not much is on Netflix, but on Hulu, we have the 2020 film Antebellum.
These sapphires are here to fulfill your every need.
Wherever you were before, that's over.
That's over.
You are my only way out of here. I must choose a moment wisely. We go tonight.
Antebellum is a great movie that you can find on the streaming service Hulu. If you like the movies Get Out and Us, then you will love Antebellum. The main part of the movie is based in the Civil War during the slave times, and it focuses on slavery and racism. To you.
The 1987 Mel Brooks comedy is a Star Wars parody, but don't worry if you haven't seen the original trilogy, it's still a great watch for all.
There it is, planet Druidian. And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air. We must get through that air shield.
We will, sir.
The 1987 Mel Brooks comedy is a Star Wars parody, but don't worry if you haven't seen the original trilogy, it's still a great watch for all. It follows Bill Pullman as Lone Star and John Candy as his half-dog partner Barf as they travel to save Princess Vespa from the evil Dark Helmet. It's a great watch for all ages, so check it out on Amazon Prime.
First, they must learn the secrets of yogurt.
Yogurt! I am the keeper of a greater magic.
The Force?
No, the Schwartz. What the hell's the matter with this seat, fella?
Give me paw! Spaceballs. The movie.
How do I know you're not making faces at me under that thing? And may the Schwartz be with you!
This is our only chance. We have to take it.
A new movie that's coming out in theaters is Godzilla vs. Kong. It is a new adaptation film in the kaiju franchise where we get to see two titans clash in an epic battle, and there is only one victor.
And that's it for Pinkerton Picks.
An important aspect of student life is pursuing interests inside and outside the classroom. The Career Technical Education program provides skills in numerous areas that students can benefit from. Recently, Pinkerton acknowledged a CTE student leader who is passionate about elementary education. Let's hear how she has benefited from her experience. Emma Morrow sits down to learn more.
This is Student Spotlight, where Pinkerton and Beyond features students pursuing their interests inside and outside of the classroom, personally and professionally. This week, we welcome Lauren DeLong, a class of 2021 student in the Careers in Education program, recently named Derry Village Rotary CTE Student of the Month. Lauren has been a prominent leader in the CTE Elementary Education program. One of the most unique aspects of Pinkerton Academy is its Career and Technical Education program, known as CTE. It provides students with the opportunity to learn pertinent skills that align with the chosen program's industry standards. Lauren discovered CTE, and it set her on a path of pursuing her goals.
Probably one of the most important things would be the hands-on experiences that are offered inside and outside of the classroom. In the CTE Careers and Education room, we actually have a preschool lab built into it. So about twice a year, so once every semester, we have a new group of students, typically ages 3 to 5, come in, and they're engaged in preschool activities, and we as students actually get to create lesson plans and get that hands-on one-on-one interaction with them. It's one of the most beneficial classes I've ever taken, but definitely to be a teacher, it's so beneficial to have that right off the bat.
The CTE program is designed to allow students to experience their passions and dreams in a hands-on way. Lauren notes that the Careers and Education program has done just this for her.
To kind of get your feet wet of, do you even like being in the classroom with students? Is this something that you want to continue further with? And then that's when you get into Careers and Education levels 1 and 2. So right away, you're in the classroom, you get that hands-on experience, which is really cool. Another benefit of the course is, I would say, is the discussion and reflection-based classroom environment that we have. So for child development, Careers and Education 1 and Careers and Education 2, we do a lot of reflecting and a lot of class discussions. So basically that environment is created around those discussions that we're having as a class, which is really cool because we do a lot of observations as well. So that means students within the class go out to different schools, even some at Pinkerton, but they kind of branch out in the community, do observations with a teacher or a professional that they wish to maybe have a career similar someday, or just something they may be interested in as a career. And we kind of come back and we talk about that. And it is so cool to see maybe even the student next to me that doesn't necessarily want to go into being a high school teacher, but rather maybe like a social worker or something. And to just kind of have that common area of just working with kids, but it's such a different profession. And it's really cool to see that and kind of bring that back together as a class.
Lauren's Careers and Education teacher, Ms. Rodonis, is pleased that Lauren has had a positive, impactful experience with the program and hopes that others will as well in their discovery of CTE.
I'm so happy for Lauren. She definitely deserves this recognition as CTE Student of the Month for her achievements and for her many contributions to Pinkerton. One of the things that stands out to me about her leadership is her being a big part of the team that organized the successful camera challenge this year. She also came in 3rd place in our state competition for her Educators Rising speech. And she's headed for nationals and the national competition, which is wonderful. The part that's most fun for me as a teacher, working with future educators, it's the hands-on experience, teaching children in the Little Astros lab, doing observations of classroom teachers at all levels. My students go to Derry Village Elementary School and work with students there. As I tell my students, teachers are leaders. So we work on leadership skills, which are valuable in the teaching profession and beyond.
Lauren will continue her education in teaching after high school, with plans to attend college this coming fall.
In the fall, I will be majoring in elementary education at Endicott College. But I would say that I absolutely think that without being involved in careers and education for the last 3 years, that I would not be as prepared or even as confident as I am today going into a teaching profession. I'm so thankful that I got to be involved in taking careers and education courses, but really that I was able to be offered that hands-on experience throughout the entire time I was involved in the program. So I was not only just a student taking the courses, but I was an active member and kind of bringing everyone together for all different levels of the course, which I thought was super beneficial. And I definitely owe it all to careers and education for everything I've accomplished and everything that I will accomplish in the future as a teacher.
From Pinkerton and Beyond, this is Student Spotlight.
We hope you have enjoyed our first episode. Tune in for the next one at the end of May, when we continue to explore what's happening in the lives of students in Pinkerton and beyond.